Hey, it's Kirstin Nussgruber here from Kirstin'sCancerCare.com, and today I wanted to talk to you about salt. Salt is one thing we use almost every single day to add flavor to our food, right? But it's also one area where we're actually adding a level of toxicity to us, and that is something we can avoid just by making out a very healthy swap. So let's kick out table salt and let's introduce a more healthy version of salt. Why? Table salt really has a lot of additives to it that we don't really want to have in our body, right? It's often bleached. It's often used with, or filled with additives such as anti-caking additives to not make it clump together. And it really doesn't add any kind of nutrient value to us, right? When we use a more healthier salt option, and I'm talking about either rock salt or sea salt, we are adding minerals and trace minerals to that. So think about it. With table salt, you get one mineral, which is sodium, and maybe sometimes they add some iodine, but there is debate out there whether that iodine is actually absorbable in the body or not. And then introduce rock salt, like Himalayan sea salt, the pink stuff, or normal sea salt, or even Celtic or Celtic sea salt, the gray stuff. That is chock-block full of minerals and trace minerals. Between 60 and 80, I did a bit of research, and it's difficult to pinpoint how many of these minerals are actually in there, but there are plenty minerals in there. So not only are we adding to the flavor of our food, we're adding minerals and we're not adding other toxic elements to it. The Celtic sea salt, the gray stuff, for example, as you can see, it sticks, right? It doesn't flow, so it doesn't really have an anti-caking agent to it, but that's what you want. That's a good thing, right? Even if you have to take a spoon and do a bit of scraping to it, that's what you want. The Himalayan sea salt, not sea salt, the Himalayan salt, rock salt, right? This one that I have is pretty smooth. You get it in much larger crystals too, and sometimes in a grinder too. That comes from deep from within the earth, and basically it's as pure as it can be. It's been formed in the layers of the earth for thousands and thousands of years, even millions of years. It's really old. The Celtic sea salt, the one that I showed you, the one that's stuck to the jar at the bottom, that actually comes from Brittany in France. And once again, these are very whole food based salts. So not only are you adding flavor to your food, but you actually also adding some minerals to it as well. High in zinc, very important, and iron, helps with muscle recovery too when we have muscle cramps. Salt is necessary for cell health, for nerve impulse transmission. It actually helps to detoxify the body, and believe it or not, it actually helps to hydrate the body as well. So salt is very important to add to our diet in moderation, of course. We don't want anything to be too salty, and same as with sweet, we can get our taste buds kind of conditioned to wanting more. So we got to be careful with the use of salt, absolutely. But if you do, make it count. Use one of the mineral rich salts. And another option that I really like, this is Herbed Sea Salt, and this is a company that you literally find globally. So it uses sea salt and infuses it with lots of different herbs and spices. So it has a bit of a spicy taste to it, not hot, but spicy taste to it, which I love, for example, on eggs. If I do some scrambled eggs or just a soft boiled egg, the German way, right? I love to use this on it as well. And it's smooth and it flows out without any caking agents added to them. So just a little tip with the salt, it's important. Use it in moderation, skip the table salt and include a mineral rich salt. Thanks for listening.